It is extremely difficult. Corporates, there's no retirement age out here. The older you grow, the more your value increases. More like becoming an entrepreneur. You know, it's starting your own business. Growth in litigation is something like you'll be in a bad place and then the rise is sudden. Unlike bureaucracy, once in litigation you reach a slightly senior position, you can just go independent and you become your own boss, which is something bureaucracy can never give you. So
We need to see the futuristic aspect.
Right.
Suppose I am doing this and I'm not able to enjoy it in 3 years of my law. What would be the next option? Do I have to stuck to that field only?
Not at all, absolutely not. It's an innate ability. It's not something like mathematics or something that you are either good at it or you're bad at it. It's not like there's no retirement age out here. The older you grow, the more your value increases. Engineering and medical laws become the new engineering or medicine. It's about who finishes the line.
But it will still take 5 to 6 years. So do you think they are worth it? I am Palak and today I have this privilege in Uthan Youth Parliament to get in touch with Shambhavi ma'am, who is an advocate in Supreme Court. So ma'am, how are you feeling today?
I'm very good. You guys have organized a brilliant youth parliament. The sessions, the agendas that are there and the children's enthusiasm is unmatched. And very good job.
That's so sweet of you, ma'am. So, ma'am, today we'll discuss that why litigation.
Absolutely.
There is this question in everyone's mind, कि इतना time लगता है, and why would someone choose it? I also think that after law we can go with judiciary, we can go with corporate. Corporate is more stable, even judiciary is more stable.
Right.
So, why do you think people should go for litigation?
So, personally, I feel like litigation is more like becoming an entrepreneur. It's starting your own business. After a point when you go into litigation, there is no dearth of the kind of things you can do to actually make a difference. The matters that you undertake, you can, for instance, right to education that came about was through a litigation. So many other changes have been brought about simply through the course of law in general. So the thing with litigation is that you can, even within litigation, if you like the corporate side of it, you can become a commercial arbitrator, or if you like the criminal side of it, you can go and help out people who've been wrongly accused of murder and rapes and all in matters. So I think it all comes down to what you really want to do with your life. If you like the adrenaline of going out there, arguing and actually making a difference, changing someone's life, then I think litigation makes a lot of sense. And yes, it is extremely difficult because the rate of growth in litigation is something like you'll be in a bad place and then the rise is sudden.
Yes.
And then the rise at that point is something like a change from 20,000 a month to straight up 5 lakh a month. That is what the change goes like. But the toughest part out here is to be able to endure that sentence or that entire messed up, tough period of your life. You have to just undergo that, which can range from 5 to 10 years. And after that, it all becomes a lot easier the day you go independent. But you have to become good enough that the day someone hands over their life to you, law and medical are two things where the course of someone's life depends on you. You mess up and someone goes behind the bar. You mess up, someone dies on the operation table. So things like that. So you have to become good enough. The day you're good enough, you can go ahead and do it.
But don't you think that it is too unpredictable? It is too tiring sometimes. You never know that when you will get that shift.
I think everything is tiring. What do you think is not tiring? You think people who are maybe earning crores but are working in MNCs right now. Look at the Big Four company, the girl from EY who ended up committing suicide because of the miserable work-life balance. That is the situation in anything and everything that our bureaucrats resign ever so often nowadays because of the political pressure that is there on them. So every profession has its own pros and cons. Now it's up to you about what your non-negotiables are in life, about what you prioritize, that you can stick it out for that thing. So some people, coders for instance, you have to be sitting in front of a screen coding for 20 hours a day, but for some people it just makes sense. They just enjoy doing it.
Yes.
Agar hame koi bol de, we won't be able to do it. There are professional athletes jo agar aapko 15 ghante aapko train karna ho, you have to maintain such a restrictive life. You and I might not be able to live that, but then the end goal for them, it just makes sense for them. So I think it all comes down to that, that nothing is easy. There's no profession where it comes easy. The first 10 years of any and every profession is very hard. But you have to just choose your battle in that case.
Like the way you talked about the first 10 years of anything. And ma'am, there is this very common thing in this generation that they want short-time success, like a fast success, we would say. So when there are options like UPSC, you should go at a bureaucrat post like IAS, IPS, IRS. Just after your graduation, you can prepare and then you can have 2 years and then you can go for that. But in law, it is like 5 to 6 years law, then many years for being.
That is not necessarily true. If you want quick money in law, you can go join a corporate firm. You can join, and there are multiple, the likes of Amar Chand, Trilegal, Khaitan, so on and so forth. If you want the quick power aspect, you can go into the judiciary. You can give that right away after 2 years or 3 years of practice. So law is something where you have the leverage of going into, and you can either make quick money or you can get into that quick government security aspect of it. At the same time, you can go the entrepreneurship route and you can go and become a lawyer. You can go into litigation. So law also gives you that leverage. While litigation in particular is something that you have to determine. For me, it was always about the fact that for me, the adrenaline was actually going out there and arguing. For me, law was synonymous to standing in front of the judge and actually putting your point across.
Yes.
So for everyone, that can mean a different thing. There are a lot of people who really like the commercial side of it, and they prefer their fancy offices wherein they sit on their desks and they work on the dissolution and stuff like that of companies. But that is not what particularly intrigued me.
Ma'am, but it will still take 5 to 6 years. So do you think they are worth it? Like there's something in your hand that would be differentiated from everyone else.
In law, of course, at the end of the day, it's also, I think law is a medium through which you can make a massive change in life. You can file your own PILs. Today you see that, okay, there's this one big issue and that is happening. If you were a bureaucrat, you'd have to go through the entire red tapeism route कि minister को पहले copy देनी, ये करना है, वो करना है. यहाँ पे आप PIL file करो and you can actually go to the court and you can get a favorable order in that aspect, which can become law tomorrow. So you can actually make a massive change through law if that is what you want to go into. In law, after a point, there's no dearth of money. Like I know, I'm not even talking about the biggest lawyers. I know a lot of lawyers, even at the mid-level, who are making anywhere between 5 to 10 lakh a month with 5 to 7 years of practice. But the only thing is that even something like medicine, in the medical field, in the legal field, as you age, your value increases. That is how it is. So just think of it as something that you're investing into the next 50, 60 years of your life. Because unlike the government services or the corporates, there's no retirement age out here. The older you grow, the more your value increases.
That's great thing. So ma'am, there is this one thing that is always talked about. Like, is there something that the one person who want to do the advocacy or litigation must have? Like there are some lawyers that they are still struggling. They are in this field for like 20 years, 25 years, but they're still struggling because, do you think it is because they didn't do much hard work, or is it that they didn't have some basic skills that was important?
Honestly, I'm also in the more struggling phase of my legal profession at this point, so I can't really comment on stuff like that. But I just feel like some things are destined also, right? I mean, that's the case with, there will always be that one Zomato or that one Oyo that came out. Along with that, there are also so many failures. But having said that, a lot of lawyers who've made it that big, it's not like they haven't lost cases. It's not like they have not had their bad phases. It's just that you keep struggling, you keep hustling through it all. They went on to the second matter. They never gave up. I think that is also one of the major determinants, that most people who come into litigation, they cannot pass the 10-year threshold only. That is the biggest struggle in the legal field. You know, why you do not touch that gold mine or whatever you'd call it is because you are not able to sustain yourself for 10 years. And that itself, I think, is also something that in order to sustain yourself in litigation, you have to also come from a certain place of privilege, because for the first few years, you cannot be the bread earning member of the family. So I think that comes from a place of privilege as well. But having said that, yeah.
Okay, so ma'am, there is always this one thing that girls should not go in law. They should choose professions like professor or something like that. So do you think that females are somewhere underprivileged in law?
I primarily practice in the Supreme Court, and other than that, I have honestly never really been to any court outside those in Delhi. And in Delhi, especially the High Court and the Supreme Court, I see a lot of women nowadays. It's just that obviously, I mean, amongst the more senior ones, there are more males because the society at that point was male driven.
That is right.
Having said that, amongst the youngsters, I think women nowadays are doing as well as men. So I think that is not the case, at least in Delhi at this point of time anymore.
Okay, ma'am. And is there something that you feel different in lifestyle of a person who is doing litigation or a person who is doing a government job like a IAS or an IPS?
Difference, the basic similarity being that both struggle for the first 10 years of your life. Both struggle under their bosses the first few years of your life. You have to work under someone. The work culture often is, there's the concept of work-life balance gets negated because in a bureaucratic setup, you don't know where you're posted. You might be in a small town away from your family and everything. Yahan pe, in the legal field, a matter might come to you at 11 p.m. and then you're pulling an all-nighter. So that concept of work-life balance goes away. But I think the difference is that unlike bureaucracy, once in litigation you reach a slightly senior position, you can just go independent and you become your own boss, which is something bureaucracy can never give you. So that itself, I mean, at the end of the day, is a major difference.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, if someone wants to do law or something, like how can someone choose that they want to go to this field? What is something they should keep in their mind before choosing this field?
I personally feel that you can never know what you want. All you can figure out in life is what you don't like or what you don't want.
Yes.
So what you have to figure out is basically through experimenting, that you go do one internship during law school with, let's say, do a clerkship, do work under a judge, so that you figure out, is this something I like? Is this
something
the kind of,
for me?
Is this something that, yeah, I truly like enough? Do one with, let's say, every facet of law. Do one with the tax lawyer. See if you like it or you don't. And only after figuring out those 3-4 and after having done 10 such internships during law school, you'll know कि भाई ये 2-3 तो मैं कर ही नहीं सकती. This is something I absolutely cannot do. Then you pick up the 3-4 of the remainder to really figure out, okay, this is maybe finding a job in the ones that you liked a little more. And that is how you manage to figure out what you really like or what you don't. But it's all a matter of experimenting. It's something that comes innately to you. Law is something that the harder you work, the more experience you get, the better you become. Yes, and it's an innate ability. It's not something like mathematics or something that you are either good at it or you're bad at it. It's not like being a good singer that you're either good or you're bad. It's something that comes with experience. So the more you do it, the day you do your 50th tax matter, no matter how much you hate it, you will understand it. You will be able to do it much better than somebody who's probably good at math. So it's all a matter of experience. Now you have to figure out what you like enough to be able to sustain for the next 2 years.
Okay, ma'am. But to figure that out, we need to see the futuristic aspect.
Right.
Suppose I am doing this and I'm not able to enjoy it in 3 years of my law. What would be the next option? Do I have to stuck to that field only?
Not at all. Absolutely not. That is the beauty of something like the private sector. You don't like, let's say, stick it out for a year or 2 years. Give yourself that goal in mind. Ki theek hai. In fact, I'd recommend that you start with working in an office where all kinds of matters are taken up, which is not strictly a tax office or a criminal office or something like that, so that you really manage to figure out what kind of law you like, which is why I really like the concept of everyone doing one clerkship at the beginning of their career, because the number of matters you do, you really figure out what kind of stuff you do not like, because one day there'll be a tax matter, then there might be some bail matter, then there might be some environmental matters. So you start to figure out, when you have to read those files, you start figuring out what you have an inclination towards and what you do not. After that, whatever you think you like a little more, work there for 1.5 years, 2 years, and you have to sustain that period before you get a hang of it. Because you might think that you really like it, but then after a bit, once you really get into it, you might realize that you really do not like it. Or maybe you start liking a lot of things once you start understanding them, or once you start getting a hang of them, and once you start doing well with them. So you have to stick it out and work for 2 years. Agar nahi 2 saal mein pasand aaya, leave that and go join another law office. There's no end to that. It's not going away from your experience, right? And at the end of the day, when you go independent, especially as a first generation lawyer, you will have to take up any and every matter that comes to you. So it'll help build your kitty in that aspect.
Okay, ma'am. There's also this one thing in most of the small cities, maybe, that they think कि कुछ नहीं मिला तो law कर लो. This mentality.
That is the same with engineering and medical. Laws become the new engineering or medicine.
Yes.
So
how would you challenge that? Do you think it is the right thing to do?
See, everyone right now, in today's day and age, everyone wants one professional degree, and I completely understand where they're coming from, and I completely support that mindset. At the end of the day, a regular graduation more often than not does not help you because
Yes.
it is so competitive nowadays.
Yes.
Which is why people who do not have a bent of mind for the commercial side of things, for the sciencey side of things, so the only option you're left with is law, because in MBA and all are postgraduate degrees. You can do that at a later stage. आप undergrad level पे MBA नहीं कर सकते हो, right? So then the only option for people who are not stereotypically good at science or in science, they end up choosing law because it becomes the most convenient thing to do. Having said that, I mean, like I said, the main battle with law is not getting into a law school or getting that degree. It's about sustaining yourself for the first 10 years. So, जो competition है, जो legitimate है versus the people who are just there for the professional degree aspect of it gets scraped out in that 10-year period itself.
Okay.
So it's about sustaining yourself, which a lot of people who, unless you're into it, will not be able to sustain. So it hardly matters how many start there, right? It's about who finishes the line.
Okay. Is there something that can be done with law and is a deadly combination? Like, if
Anything. I think law is the best. Law and MBA are two degrees which are deadly combinations with anything and everything that you do. You can, tomorrow, let's say you've done law and then you want to go become an entrepreneur. Nobody will be able to cheat you because you know the legal side of it.
Yes.
Every documentation, every paper, अगर तुम property भी खरीदने जा रहे हो, आप real estate में चले गए, वहाँ पे भी if you have done law, you will be able to get your contracts signed in a better manner. So for anything and everything, law is a deadly combination. If anything, मतलब let's say your relative has a bad marriage, you will be able to help them out because you know the law behind it.
So
of course,
law does make you smart and intellectual?
Absolutely,
It does.
absolutely, because you have to study that much. You have to be updated with anything and everything that's happening.
Okay,
So of
ma'am.
course.
Thank you so much for your valuable
Absolutely,
time.
my pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank